Hi, my name's Landon Gus and I'm the Quest Master here at Quest Chest. In this video, I'm going to show you all of the awesome features we pack into all of our interactive adventure guides. Now for the purposes of this video, we're looking at Clucks of Despair, which is a free one-shot we've published on our website that you can go play right now. So first, let's go ahead and make this full screen. You can do that by going up to this ribbon and clicking the full screen button. There are also several other useful tools you can access on this ribbon at any time, such as downloading or printing the adventure, bookmarking important pages, searching for keywords, or adjusting the settings. If you're having a hard time seeing or reading anything, click anywhere on the page to zoom in, then scroll to continue zooming further in and out. If you want to move on the page, simply click and drag. In terms of navigating the adventure guide as a whole, you can either use the Contents button in the upper ribbon, or you can quickly navigate between pages here at the bottom. To turn to the next page, either click this arrow or click and drag from either corner of the current page. Now you might have noticed that when I turned to this page, these four icons glowed for a brief moment. When something glows like this, it is a visual cue that something will happen if you click on it. In this case, you'd be taken to the respective social media platforms where you can check out our most recent posts and, if you'd like, give us a follow, which we would really appreciate. Let's go to the next page where we'll talk a little bit more about the three different types of text you can click and interact with. Right over here, we've got a brief rundown of those three types of interactive text. First, if something glows or appears teal, that means it's a stat block and you can click to view it right away. We'll see an example of this in a minute, but we've also included every stat block used in this adventure down here in the stat block icon. If you click it, you'll see that you can scroll through an entire gallery of all the stat blocks, so you don't have to leave your current page to view any of them. Second, if something glows or appears orange, that means it's either a rule, piece of equipment, magical item, or some other type of helpful information. A great example is right over here with our three types of Questmaster tips for the three main elements of a tabletop role-playing game: combat, exploration, and role-playing. You'll see these throughout the entire adventure, and if you click on one, you'll get our own advice and ideas on how to run certain encounters or specific elements of the adventure. You'll also notice that nearly all of these larger icons on the bottom left glow orange as well. An example would be the random tables icon, which will show you all of the random encounter and treasure tables we make specifically for each adventure. Keep in mind though that some of these icons will change depending on the adventure and its needs. Because of that, you'll always want to familiarize yourself with them before you begin the adventure. Finally, we have underlined text, which always appears under a named area that is being referenced, but is not on the page you are currently looking at. If you click that underlined text, you'll be jumped right to the area it's talking about. This feature works phenomenally when paired up with the Return to Map icon down here. To show you what I mean though, let's go ahead and click this underlined text, which will jump us to the main map. Now that we're viewing the main map, we can click any of the marked locations to be jumped there. Let's jump to Area 6. So let's say I needed to jump to Area 6 to remind myself how many goblins were there, but my players were actually in Area 10. Now normally I'd have to flip through the pages to find Area 10 again, but now I can just click the Return to Map icon, get jumped back to the main map, and then click Area 10 to immediately be taken there, where I can quickly resume whatever encounter was going on. You can see now how valuable of a feature this is when you're needing to be following your players around the map, but don't want to be bookmarking every page. Let's jump back to Area 6 so we can give a few specific examples of the teal and orange text. So you'll see we've got tons of stuff to click on, but we'll just start over here in Area 3 where we're told 6 goblins are occupying the room. If I click the teal bolded word goblins, then up pops their stat block. You'll also see that we've added a few extra attacks to nearly all of our stat blocks, so you can mix up the combats a little bit more if you'd like. For orange text, we've primarily got 3 types of things to click on. First, we've got conditions and rules. An example of that would be right over here where it says 3 of the goblins are sleeping and suffer the unconscious condition. If we click the word unconscious, we not only get a full rundown of how that condition works, but we also get a full rundown of any other conditions or rules needed for the unconscious condition, such as incapacitated or critical hits. Second are items or pieces of equipment. Right here we can click on the manacles item and see exactly how that piece of equipment is supposed to work. We can see the same thing if we were to click on a magical item such as the Potion of Greater Healing right over here. Third are the headings for each area. Now in our experience as Questmasters, if you're using the common whiteboard and dry erase marker approach to map making, many players will still want to see the actual map to get a better sense of what the area looks and feels like. This can be challenging if you aren't using a virtual tabletop with Fog of War features, as you risk revealing secret information to your players. That's why we've made player-safe versions of every location on the map, which can be viewed by clicking on each area's heading. You'll notice that the image takes up the whole screen, so you don't have to worry about your players seeing anything they aren't supposed to if you show them this image. Let's go back to the main Unlock Adventure section though, so we can talk about the final features we want to highlight in this video. Let's talk about these horn icons down here at the bottom right. These are sound effects we've embedded right into the adventure. In the case of Clucks of Despair, the players are running around a goblin cave complex full of chickens, so we've got 3 types of chicken sound effects for you to use whenever you want. Now, all of the sound effects are available on the bottom right of every page of the main adventure text. If you were to click the maps icon over here on the bottom left, you'll open up a full gallery of all the maps used in this adventure, in addition to full player-safe versions of those same maps. Lastly, we create tailored playlists for every adventure we publish. If you click right here, you'll be taken to that playlist where you can simply let it play through on repeat as you and your players progress through the adventure. However, we've also included cues for specific tracks on this playlist in certain areas. An example of that can be seen within the adventure itself. So let's click the primary map text down here, jump to Area 6, and here we see 3 different instances where specific tracks have been queued. If you click on the track name, you'll be taken to that specific track in the playlist so you can play it right away. Alright, that covers the basics of how our interactive adventure guides work, so I'll let you get to it. I hope you enjoy the adventure, and as always, on behalf of the entire Quest Chest team, we want to wish you nothing but critical success.